Good morning, everybody. My
Morning.
name is Sarah Siegel. I'm the Director of Sales for Chella. We're so happy to have everybody here join us for the How to Brow training.
Yes. And my name is Kayla Parks, Director of Education for Chella. We also have Jocelyn Shaheen in the background there. She'll be answering your chats as you chat with us in the chat box. We highly encourage chatting so we can keep this as interactive as possible. And today we're going through a few things. So this is a great webinar for somebody new to Chella, as well as a refresher for anybody who's known Chella for a little bit and is just ready to get a refresh on brows. We're going to go through a quick product knowledge guide. We're going to go through a live demonstration on Sarah. Sarah does not have her brows on yet. And then we will show you also our color matching guide and some different resources that are available to you. So
yeah, and we're also going to be going over a little bit about how to present the service to your clients. We're going to share a little marketing material that's a really good tool. We're going to be sharing some little tips about how to approach your clients in the environment of doing their brows and kind of what to say and how to say it. So, but as Kayla said, we want to make this as interactive as possible. So please jump in the chat, ask your questions. We have Jocelyn from Fulfillment that's going to be answering and helping to answer, and we will be. And yeah, we're going to have a great webinar.
We're very excited. So let's jump into it. We can start off with a quick product knowledge, taking you through our brow products. And I see Kaylin's in the chat. Hello, everyone. I can't hear anything yet. Can you hear us now, Kaylin? You should be able to hear us. Let us know in that chat box if you can hear us. Jocelyn, can you hear us in the chat? Can you let us know? Yes. Okay, good. Perfect. We're all up then. Thank you for that. So we are excited to be here. We're going to quickly go through the product knowledge guide to start off. I'm going to share screen. This product knowledge guide is available to you. It is on our Chella Pro website.
Yeah, Chella Pro website, for those of you who are not familiar with the platform, you can actually go to professional.chella.com, and there are tons of resources on there. There's guides, under guides, there's events and webinars under there. There's how-to videos that we create and we put up there and update monthly. So it's a wonderful resource for you as a pro.
Definitely. Kaylin, I see that you still can't hear anything. I'm so sorry to hear that. Maybe check your audio settings. You're able to do that with the little microphone icon. So sorry. Maybe close out, Kaylin, and come back in. That might help. I would suggest trying that.
Maybe Jocelyn, if you could help troubleshoot her while we're on the webinar to see if you can help her with any of that.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Perfect. So we are now sharing screen. You should be able to see our product knowledge guide here. And we're going to quickly walk you through this. So Chella, we are focused on the brows and eyes. So everything to fill in your brows, define them, highlight them, and keep it natural. So it should be enhancement to the brows. It's never a huge, heavy face of makeup. It's more of a light enhancement.
Yeah, so this can be done on a bare face. I don't have a ton of makeup on today just to kind of show you what brows can look like, but it can be done on a bare face. And we're definitely going to be speaking to the fact of doing this every service, post-service. Fill your client's brows in.
Yes. Perfect. And we are very inclusive as well. So we do have 9 different shades to fill in with and 4 highlighter shades and 2 shimmer highlighter shades. We're cruelty-free, vegan, paraben-free, gluten-free, and come in recyclable packaging.
Excuse us for a few little technical issues at our end, not issues, but we're working with a brand new platform right now. We've only been using it for a few months. So just bear with us. Thank you so much.
Thank you. We've been featured all over from Ipsy, Elle, Birdie, InStyle, so great brand awareness. We love to ask the question, are you finishing every brow or beauty service with a quick complimentary brow fill?
Absolutely. And just going back to what Kayla was saying, we do have an incredible market share of the brow business. We really do. We compete with Anastasia, Benefit, all the major brands that some of your clients may have heard of. Our reviews speak to that. Our 5-star reviews on Chella.com. You know, a lot of the time when people discover Chella, they do not go back to the other brands that they were using prior. And we've got those reviews as well. We're happy to send you those reviews if that helps with any of your marketing material within the business.
Absolutely. And then going on to, are you finishing every brow or beauty service with a quick brow fill? Because you could be missing out, right, Sarah?
Absolutely. You know, this is a super easy and quick enhancement that you could be doing after every service, after a facial, after a brow wax, after any beauty service that you're currently offering. It can take just 60 seconds, 1 minute. That's all it takes. And we're going to be showing you that brow fill in a little bit.
This is that 60-second brow fill. You can either choose the eyebrow cream or the eyebrow pencil to fill in with, and both products are phenomenal. So it's definitely depending on your client's personal preference, as well as what you think is going to fit their brows best. And that step one, which is to fill, is only 60 seconds, as Sarah mentioned, and anybody can do it. Yeah.
Absolutely.
And going into our how to brow in 3 easy steps. If you have a little more time with your client, you can do our full 3 steps, which complements our custom kits, which is to fill with the eyebrow cream or pencil, which is step 1. Step 2 is to define with the eyebrow defining gel, which is in clear. And step 3 is to highlight with the highlighter pencil.
Yeah, so just quickly, those 3 products that we just demonstrated, or just not demonstrated, we just talked about. So the fill products would be the brow pencil and the brow cream. And then the define, which is step 2, is the brow gel. And then step 3 would be to highlight of one of the 4 or 6 highlighters if you include the shimmers. And then the dual blending brush would be the little tool that you're going to be using. And this is all on the tester display that I'm grabbing behind me. We're going to get into that in a little bit.
So as Sarah was mentioning, the eyebrow cream is one of your options to fill in with. It comes in 9 different shades, and it's a phenomenal brow cream. It has the cream on the bottom, and then it also has the brush on the top, so it's all in one, and it stays on your brow. So it's not going to budge on you throughout the day. It's really going to stay in place, and it's a very blendable formula. You apply it to the brow, and then you have 2 minutes to blend it out to make it as natural as possible, or as natural as you like, and then it sets, and it won't budge on you.
That's the brow cream.
We have our eyebrow pencil. This brow pencil comes in those same 9 shades. It's got a retractable tip to it and a spoolie on the other end. So it also stays in place really well. And it's a very natural effect, or you can build it up and make it as dramatic as you like to. It's a phenomenal product. It's got care ingredients such as vitamin E and C in it, which are great benefits. And it's really easy to use.
Absolutely.
Our eyebrow defining gel. This is our clear brow gel. It has aloe in it, so it's nice and hydrating. And it's a very lightweight formula. It doesn't get crispy or flaky, but it really holds the hairs in place and gives you that fluffed up, defined look that's very popular right now.
Really good for your male clients as well. For those male hairs that sometimes get a little bit stray, really good because it doesn't give you a look like you have anything on. Kind of gives you a very natural look, but it really does hold the brows in place.
Mm-hmm. We have our highlighter pencil. This comes in 4 different shades for the matte, and there's also 2 shimmer shades. The highlighter pencil is very creamy, very blendable. It goes below the arch detail and a little bit above just to kind of define, or just to kind of lift the brow and clean it up.
Yeah, and it's a pencil, so you can sharpen it.
Yes, and it's multi-purpose. So you don't just have to use it around the brow area. You can use it as a concealer, as a base for eyeshadow, inside the waterline for a little brightness.
Yep, I used mine for my concealer this morning. So I was in a little bit of a hurry running out the door, and I just saw my Chella highlighter and just dotted it on some, some areas on the cheek this morning.
Right. This one's also a very blendable formula. It's got that sunflower seed in there, which is very nourishing, as well as vitamin E for some extra hydration. We have our shimmer highlighters. Now these ones are beautiful. They can go on any skin tone, so light and dark can be used on multiple skin tones out there. They're very creamy. They blend out easily. They've got jojoba seed oil in them and shea butter, so they are very blendable. And they're beautiful sheen, right, Sarah?
Absolutely. I've got it on this morning. I always put it on the inside corner of my eye just to give my eyes a little bit of that light lift. So it's definitely a go-to for me personally, and it's become a really good seller.
Absolutely. And our How to Brow custom eyebrow kits. Now, these are definitely a fan favorite. Sarah and I just did an event over the weekend, and we sold out of these kits because they're so phenomenal. Right, Sarah?
Absolutely. These kits, we did probably about, again, on average, about 38 brows. Yeah. And we sold the custom kits with everybody that we put in the chair. There was just maybe a couple of people that didn't take a kit. But these kits are diamond. Great retail item for you. the highest price retail item in our collection, and they can be customized for your client. So the beautiful thing about them is it has that opening right there, and then you customize it with the, the pencil of choice. The brow pencil comes with a full-size highlighter, and then that dual blending brush. And then also you can customize it with the highlighter. It comes with a really cute little makeup bag. And it also comes with the instructions that people go crazy about. So yeah, this is a really great add-on item. We're going to talk a little bit about that as well. Yes.
That is a phenomenal kit. I will say a majority of the time whenever I demonstrate this kit or demonstrate the how to brow in 3 easy steps, it's not even like a sale at that point.
No.
People are just asking me, what did you use on me?
Yeah.
I definitely need
I'll take it.
And then they feel special because it's customized with their shades.
Absolutely. And then the cost proposition for the client, everybody, is $20 savings.
Yeah.
So when they buy the kit, they save $20. So the pencil kit is MSRP is $75 with a value of $95. And then the cream kit is $80 with a value of $100. So these are also wonderful things to feature during the year for back to school, the holidays, the new year, prom, graduation, Mother's Day, Valentine's Day. I mean, the list goes on.
Yes, absolutely. We have some great comments in the chat box. We highly recommend to chat us in there. That way we can connect with you more. We love to make this as interactive as possible. So we're hoping that you also have the products in front of you right now. So you can feel free to play with them, swatch them. If you have any questions that come up, we're here for you. So make sure to ask us those.
And do we have a giveaway today, Kayla?
Sure, yeah, we do. Let's give away our How to Brow kit, right, Sarah?
Absolutely.
That's the best.
For anyone that comments in the chat, we're going to be picking a name at the end for a free custom kit.
Yes, definitely. So be chatting with us. You can get entered into our giveaway, and Jocelyn will help us out at the end with that. Okay, so let's do a quick demo, Sarah.
Yeah,
let's
absolutely.
show them that 60-second brow fill, right? So Sarah, let's start off with a quick consultation. Tell me about your brows. What is your relationship with your brows?
I just want to quickly answer Stephanie's question. Hi, Stephanie. Lovely to hear from you. What is the best way to color match? We do actually have color matching guides that we're going to jump into straight after the live demonstration, which I think will definitely answer your question. And these are PDFs that we can send to you. And also you can access on our Chella Professional website as well and download. But yeah, we're going to help you with that in just a second. Thanks for the great question.
Yes. Okay, Sarah, tell us your relationship with your brows.
So my brows, I never used to touch them prior to coming to Chella as far as filling them in. I just used to get them groomed. And by the way, I went for waxing for many, many years, and not one person ever used to fill my brows in afterwards. So I think that, yeah, that's definitely a game changer when you can actually go to a service provider and they fill your brows in afterwards, because I would have done my brows a lot earlier otherwise. So my brows are, on the thinner side, a little bit sparse in some areas. I love this brow, always trying to get this brow to catch up. So
that's okay. Yeah. So definitely hearing that she's got some challenges with how even her brows are, and brows are never twins, they're sisters, so they're never exactly the same. Oh, we have Karen. She said, excited for my birthday celebration, brow wow event. Karen, that sounds so fun. We just did a great birthday celebration event as well.
Yes, we just did one on Saturday. Yes. So amazing, amazing, amazing.
That's a great opportunity for an event every year too. We love that. Great. So hearing about Sarah's brows is we found out one's a little more sparse. They're not totally even. We're going to try to match it to her left brow. And one thing that I always love to talk about too is right before your consultation, like how do you get the person to agree to get their brows done?
Yeah, so a lot of the time when you've done a service and you either have the client laying down or sitting up, and I'd love to hear from you guys in the chat. Where are most of your clients positioned when you're doing services in order to do the brow fill? Are they laying down or are they sitting up? If you could just give us an answer in the chat, we'd love to hear from you. But after the service, you've done their facial or you've done their wax. A wonderful way, and what we see is proven to do, is to basically say, I'm going to just quickly fill in your brows for you. It's just going to take a minute. And if you don't like it, we can take it right off. A lot of the time, if you ask your clients, would you like me to fill your brows in? They will in their head say, oh, that means I have to buy something. What if I don't like it? I would use a brow product. I don't usually fill in my brows. There's all kinds of dialogue going in the client's mind. So you're going to basically take that away and just present the opportunity. I'm going to do this for you. And they don't really have much of a chance to kind of like, think about it too much, and they're going to love what you do for them. You're going to have
Yeah.
a mirror on hand, and we're going to walk you through that.
Perfect. So I do see some more comments coming in. We're hearing a lot of people are doing brows laying down. Kaylin commented earlier saying that what was it? That she didn't think about filling in brows after her brow wax.
Yeah.
So that's a great opportunity. And Kaylin, I saw your comment
best.
about maybe not doing it after a brow tint, but actually we have people that still fill in their brows after a tint because the tint starts to fade in a couple weeks. So if you tinted her brows, you can still recommend for her to go home with product, and you can also still highlight her brows and use the clear brow gel on them.
Absolutely. You know, I personally get my brows filled in with my brow artist after my tint. I tint probably every few months, and she just basically fills in the arch a little bit for me. The tint is obviously just given the color. It's not necessarily given the shape as per se. So it's okay to do a little brow fill after a tint. I think it works really, really well, and we hear it does. People never say no to my team when we ask them to do their brows. We love that, Karen.
Yes. Love
That's
to hear that.
great. That's really wonderful to hear. And then another somebody earlier said that they do a lot of lashes. You know, I'm speaking to a lot of lash professionals right now, and I'm basically saying this is amazing service to add when you're doing lashes, because their lashes look so gorgeous. But if their brows are not done, you know, it's a really nice accompaniment to have it all done and, you know, looking great, especially for those little selfie pictures that they could be taking after the service. So yeah, it's a great pairing, lash and brows. It's like, yeah, it's awesome.
Yes. All right, let's show you how easy it is to do the 60-second brow fill we keep talking about. We're going to go a close-up camera on Sarah.
Very close up, everybody. You know,
There
I really love you guys when I'm doing this.
Thank you for being our model, Sarah. So we can either choose the brow cream or the brow pencil at this point to fill in with. We're going to go with the... Do you have any preference, Sarah?
Let's do the taupe.
Yes, we're going to use the taupe, and we'll go ahead and try it with the brow cream to do a quick brow fill. So the cream is on the bottom here, so you can untwist that, and the cream is right there. And then the brush is up top. It's an angled brush, so it's very easy and precise. When you're using this on multiple people, you're going to scoop out a really tiny amount of product, probably like about that much. It's not much at all. It's a very small amount. You're going to close it back up, and then you're going to use the lid as your palette. So that lid right there. Now I can double dip onto the lid, and I can sanitize the lid with alcohol afterwards, and I can sanitize the brush with alcohol after. So that lid you can double dip onto without contaminating the entire pot. We do have an entire sanitation guide on our Pro website as well that you can refer to if you need any extra tips with that.
Yeah, and I think we also did the sanitation webinar that you can access on the Facebook or
on Facebook.
On Facebook, yeah. So I don't, you know, you just go to our Chella Pro Facebook, and we'd love to see you all guys there. So please look us up on Facebook if you are a Facebook user, and join our Chella Pro Facebook.
Great. We're going to first start by brushing through Sarah's brow. I'm using that dual blending brush just to kind of give her that lift. I know she said that this is her favorite brow. It's a little more sparse. We all have that one brow that we like prefer, right? But we're going to start in the darkest place of the brow. Does anybody know where the darkest place of the brow should be? It should be from the arch to tail. The arch to tail should be the darkest place of the brow. And that's where we're going to start laying down the brush. So we start right here in small hair-like strokes, just like that. And then we're going to...
Great, Kaylin. Yeah, arch to tail.
Do the same up above. And I am using the Tantalizing Taupe. This is our most universal shade. And I blend as I go. I'm starting right there. I feel like I might have gotten a little high. And remember, I have 2 whole minutes to blend and work with this cream before it completely sets. I'm not going to need the whole 2 minutes, but it's great to have. So we're just going to start building up her arch to tail, short hair like strokes. And then we lightly fade the front of the brow. Keeping it really natural, or you can make it as dramatic as you want to. We're going to blend through again, pick up a little more product, and build it up. You can also do this with the brow pencil. We do have a poll up right now asking you if you prefer the cream or the pencil. We'd love to hear your feedback on that. Both work great.
The video and audio is gone, apparently. Take off the poll.
I did. Lost the video. Is the video and audio gone for everybody else? Please let us know in that chat. Thank you. You can already see the difference on her brow, or hopefully you can. And we're going to still continue to lightly fade the front. She's got a little hole right there. We're going to fill that in. Love the cream. I can hear and see. Okay. So that's great. That's a quick brow fill in about 60 seconds or less. Looks super natural, super easy to do. And that is our tantalizing taupe shade.
So at this point, you would give the client a mirror. So you would basically do that brow fill, and that would take under a minute, probably half a minute to just quickly do that. We just kind of walked you through a slower on that. But then you would hand the client a mirror and say, this is kind of one brow, I'm just going to do the other one. Because then they can see that before and after. We have a great video on, sorry, I'm looking at the wrong camera. We have a great video that one of our sales reps, Lisa DeJoseph, shared with us. And she had somebody, or she did the brows, and she recorded the client's reaction. And the client basically said, wow.
Yes.
And that's what it is. It's just like, wow. You'll be getting that reaction even from some of your most reluctant clients.
Yeah, you really will. It makes a huge difference. And, sometimes, even over the weekend when I was doing brows over and over again, every single client was just amazed. And somebody actually got a little emotional over it because she's like, I didn't know my brows could look this good.
Yeah.
So you're really making people feel good inside and out with the brows.
Absolutely.
Yes, we are. So I see Kaylin asking, can you do the other with the brow pencil?
Yes, we're going to do that.
We're going to do both.
Yeah. Perfect. Absolutely. Thank you. We try to do one with the cream and then one with the pencil. So what we are going to do is do a quick brow fill. We're not going to talk through it. We're just going to do a quick brow fill with the pencil, just for you to kind of see how quick it is on the other brow. And then we'll go into the 3 steps as well.
Yes.
So
perfect.
Love all of your questions, everybody. We love hearing from you and all of this engagement. So we want these to be super fun and engaging for you guys. Still no video. Oh my gosh.
It seems like some people do have video though, so maybe try closing out and coming back in. Great. So using the brow pencil.
Sorry, Karen.
We're going to now use the brow pencil on the other side. We're not going to talk through. We're just going to show you how quick this can be. So we start by brushing up and then we go straight into the fill.
Oh, you don't do that. It kind of flew out of Kayla's hands. But anyway, that is the brow fill. She's just going to finish off a little bit. We have a taupe here. But yes, that is.
So it can be really quick and easy. You always want to blend it through to keep it looking more natural.
Great question, Stephanie. Do I prefer the cream or the pencil? Oh, gosh. It really depends. I mean, I go through phases of using the cream, and then I go through phases of using the pencil. I kind of go back and forth a lot on that. Yeah, I honestly, and I'm not just saying this because I'm with Chella, but I honestly can't say which one I prefer. I like both of them. I mean, they're both, they're both great.
They really are. For me, it depends on the day, depends on my mood, depends on what I'm doing. I kind of like having options in the morning. So I love to be able to mix it up. And sometimes I use both together. Sometimes I go with a lighter cream shade and then I go in with the pencil on top of it.
Yeah. Stephanie, do you have any preference? I mean, looking at both my brows right now, do you have a preference on the cream or the pencil? So yeah, I'm just going to have Kayla just, yeah.
So I'm just finishing up her brow. It only takes a couple seconds to do. And it's super easy. They both look great. Pencils seem to be more correction and cream for filling in. Yeah.
Yeah, I think that's a good point that somebody made. For more beginners, I think the pencil is definitely a little easier to work with. I think it's, you know, you master the pencil. But I will tell you, my time spent up in Canada, I spent 13 days up in Canada opening up a new distributor up there. And I will tell you, 80% of the accounts that I walked into, new accounts, loved the cream. And that's what they were using for their brow fills, which I was actually pretty surprised about at the time. I was like, wow, the cream, the cream, the cream, the cream. So I think because it was, you know, different and something that they probably hadn't seen before. But I did find and hear from them that it was really easy for them to use. But I will say with any of these products, practice makes perfect. And we're going to go into that a little bit too, as far as like practice using these products on each other, within the spa, within your business, on your friends, family, you know, just keep practicing.
Mm-hmm. We do have a question. Does one stay on better than the other?
I will say, Stephanie, that definitely the cream probably has a little bit more staying power. Like if I know that I'm going to have a long day and I'm not going to be touching up my brows in the afternoon, I probably will use the cream. The pencil, I'll probably have to touch it up in the afternoon if I'm going on into the evening.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then the cream is obviously an amazing product for sweating, running, sweat proof, you know, water resistant. Both of them are water resistant, the products, but the cream definitely has a little bit more staying power. You know, especially obviously in humid and hot climates as well.
Mm-hmm. And then I'm going to finish off Sarah's brow with the last two steps, which is to define with the clear defining gel. So I did the step 1, which was to fill with the eyebrow pencil. Step 2 is to use the brow gel. I am using a disposable spoolie. We do have bamboo spoolies on our website for you to be able to purchase. So if you are using the brow gel, be sure to use a disposable spoolie. We're going to define her brows by brushing them upwards and giving her that lift. This will help keep them in place. And that aloe in it is very hydrating, so it doesn't get crispy or flaky on you. And then step 3 is to highlight using our highlighter pencil. This is the shade Light, but it comes in 4 different shades and 2 shimmer shades. I really like the highlighter for below the arch to tail and then right above as well. This helps clean up the brow and gives such a lift. And I will tell you, so many of your clients, they don't know about this step, but it makes the biggest difference when filling in her brows. So I'm using our dual blending brush to blend that out. And we're going to do the same below. This brush was designed to help carve out the brows. I'm getting a really natural effect. I can also get a really clean line now. And then I can completely carve it out, and it's blending with the arch of her brow. So it really does a lot of the work for you. And then I'm going to lightly fade it. And you can see what a difference those 2 steps make. While you can just do the brow fill, the whole how to brow in 3 easy steps really makes a big difference, right, Sarah?
Yeah, absolutely. And then it really does. And when you use the products on a client, it's not too fussy or anything. It's just basically showing them how all 3 products work in unison. And then you have an opportunity to sell them the kit. And that's obviously, you know, just the retail finisher with regard to once you've performed the service on them. And we will be talking, I'll talk briefly also about the service offerings that you can be doing for that highlight. So you always want it lighter or to match the skin.
Great question, Stephanie. Yes, we do go a shade lighter when we're trying to highlight. If you match the skin, you're not giving it that lift, but you are giving it like a nice conceal. So you typically would want to go a shade lighter with the highlighter.
Yeah, it's also good after waxing as well. And as long as you close the pores and you've done your post-care, the highlighter going over there will actually take away a little bit of the redness that could occur as well on the skin after waxing. So that's a really nice little step as well. We also we didn't cover brow mapping in this. So does anybody want us to cover brow mapping quickly? We can just do a quick brow map on the other brow. Are you guys all familiar with that already?
Yes, please.
Yeah. Okay, great. Wonderful. So what we're going to do, we'll do a quick brow map just to show you how to use that with the pencil. I'm
going to go ahead and take off her brow so that we can show you without anything on. So you can really see how I do this. And we will do this on the close-up camera, so you are able to see it nice and close up.
I'll remove my brows and you can just change the camera. Do you want to do it on both?
I think just the one, right?
Okay.
Maybe we should do both. So Sarah's just removing what we did. And then if you want to, you are able to brow map. So brow mapping is definitely optional. I do recommend it to get the most even effect of the brows, or if you're new to filling in brows, it's great to have a guide. And especially if you get somebody who really doesn't have any brows or any hairs there, it makes a big difference. It really helps you out.
Yeah.
So going from mid nostril to corner of the eye, this is where you want your first point. This is where the brow should begin. Going from mid nostril straight through her pupil, this is where the arch should be. And going from corner of the nose to corner of the eye, this is where the brow should be ending. I am going a shade darker than what I would typically use on Sarah. That way you can see it. And I'm just going over it. You don't have to go over it in service. I'm going over it so you can see it on camera. So you want your brow to start here. And a lot of times people's brows start further out. And when you bring them in, it's a more flattering effect. And then the arch part is really important. If you place the arch too far in, you're going straight up, which makes you look a little more surprised as opposed to going with your cheekbone and the natural arch of your brow. So definitely make sure you're arching in the right place. And I will tell you, so many people's tails, they fall short. Sarah's even falls like a little bit short. And that's just because of aging, becoming more mature. Our brows, we start to lose our brows as we get older. So yeah.
Yeah, I have. We just saw a fabulous reel video on one of our Canadian partners, and they were doing brow mapping as part of their brow service that they're going to be offering at their spa, and they actually used a stick. So there's different ways of doing the brow mapping. The concept's obviously the same, but they did use a stick that kind of went up, and then they just did the line at the end of the stick. So you can use your brow pencil, or you can use just one of those bamboo sticks to do the brow mapping.
It's a wax stick. So your wax sticks that you're using, you can also hold that up and then make your mark if you prefer it that way too.
Yeah. So would you like us to do the other brow? We'll do the other brow
we're going
quickly.
Okay. So we are going to do the same thing over here. We're going to go from mid nostril straight up. This is where her arch should be. Sorry, the start of her brow should be. Turn a little bit towards me. Mid nostril straight through the pupil. This is where her arch should be. Corner of the nose to corner of the eye is where the brow should be ending.
Welcome back, Karen.
Yes. Yay. Karen made it back. Perfect. And then we have her two maps on, and I will give you some tips on mapping. Look straight ahead again, Sarah. So when we're trying to make sure everything's as even as possible, I can tell that this arch is slightly higher than this side. You can then take your wax stick, or I'm using a pencil in this case, and I will line it up and I will get it straight across to see how much higher it actually is. And then I can make my little marks. So now I know I need to just go a little bit higher on this side. You can do the same right here. So making sure the bottoms line up right here, the bottom of the front of her brow. And same with the top of the front of her brow. This one actually falls a little bit short on the top. So I will go straight across and I'll make my mark. And then I know where to go in and I'll deepen it up so you can see it. And that's where the front of that one should be.
Does that make sense, everybody? Does anyone have any questions about that? This is a wonderful thing to do for somebody that doesn't have any brows whatsoever. I've done this on people, and they've taken on what they have, and then they've gone in my chair, and this has helped me obviously create brows for them. This is also wonderful for someone like myself that just has a short tail, a little bit needing in the front. It just helps you as a professional, and this also sets you apart because you're really educating the guest and the client on how to do their brows, and you can even show them in the mirror while you're doing this.
So a couple of my tips is I'm going to finish off her brow map and talk you through it. So I'm going from point 1 to 2. The fullness of her brow should be similar to the fullness of her lips. I say that rule works like 90% of the time. If you have fuller lips, a fuller brow really complements that. If you have thinner lips, you might not want such a full brow because they're what's balancing each other on the face. And now when you're doing this, I'm connecting out my lines going from 1 to 2. And anything outside this map would be what I would remove. So a lot of times I'll map the client after I've prepped them for the wax. So I prep for wax and then I map it and I give them the mirror and I say, okay, Everything outside this map is what's going to be removed. So Sarah, you have a hair here I would move, but you know what, Sarah, when you're at home, make sure you're not tweezing on your arch over here because we want this arch to be higher so it matches your other brow. So I'm actually able to give a detailed consultation with our client and give them those tips and make sure they're comfortable with any hairs being removed before I actually remove it with a wax.
Great, Kayla. Great tips.
Good. Looks like everybody's loving it. Education sells.
It
We
really
love
does.
the refresh. That's great. We're really hoping that this has been helpful for you.
Yeah, education really does sell, Tracy. You're absolutely right. And what that can speak to is that we now have refer a friend cards, so that if you have created an amazing experience for your client, they're going to want to refer their friends. So we now have refer a friends cards that are available to you, that you can give to your client, and then they can pass on to their friends to come in and get the brow service and the services that you're getting at that place. We do have also a consultation card, so that when you are doing the client's brows in the back, the consultation card is basically shade ranges, so the fill, cream or pencil, select the shade, define, highlight, so you can click off or check off what you used on them. This is also wonderful to close the sale as well, pros, because then the guest can take this up to the front desk or wherever your merchandising is, or even for yourself if you're just a smaller business, and the retail can be pulled and then the sale can be done. And also this can be kept on file for them, so with their colors. So this is a great little tool too. So we have referral friend cards, we have consultation cards. We have some amazing new assets as part of the Chella incentive program. And this is also another little tool that you can use, a brow menu. And this can actually be customized. This actually features 3 different services that we see really work within the pro business. And one of them is the basic brow wax. And then that just includes a complimentary fill, which we just showed you, a deluxe brow makeover, which basically encompasses the 3 steps. So it's the wax and then the 3 steps. And then we also have the brow makeover and product service bundling, which is diamond, because then it's one price for the client. They don't have to think. You could do this service and you can bundle in a pencil or a cream, or you can bundle in a cream kit. Something for you to think about. Love to leave that with you today, and let us know if you end up integrating that. These brow menus are on our professional website. You can download them as a PDF to get the wheels turning, and then we can help you customize it as well.
Absolutely. So we'll quickly go through our color matching guides, and then Sarah's got some more tips for you about how this can be successful retailing in your business and our pro incentive program. And so we'll go through our color matching guides right now. And these we highly recommend laminating and putting into your front desk or any service area.
So we have one for the brow cream and pencils, which is this one. It's a 2-sided. And then we have one for the highlighters. As Kayla mentioned, laminate these babies and have them at the front desk and every service area, because they're actually a really nice, asset to kind of share with your clients as well. And kind of, you can just let them know all the different colors.
Absolutely. So starting off with our lightest shade in the line, it's our beautiful blonde. All 9 shades are listed in here. We go from blonde to ebony. So we do definitely have a shade for everybody. The blonde is nice and cool tone, doesn't have any red in it. So it's great for your blonde hair up to light brown hair. That's cool toned. Light brown is golden in tone. So this still works for your blondes who are a little more honey or golden. Also works all the way to light brown with a golden tone to it. Tantalizing taupe is what we used on Sarah today. The tantalizing taupe is our most universal shade. Sarah can wear it. She's got very light hair. I can wear it. I have very dark hair. So it's very universal. Anywhere from blonde to dark brown can wear that. Nice and cool in shade. Medium brown. Now this is the one I'm wearing today and I typically wear. It's nice and cool toned and it's not too intense. So it's great for a softer brunette or medium to dark brown hair where you're not trying to make the brows darker, but you just want to lightly enhance them. Awesome auburn. This is very unique to our line. It's a warm toned red. You might mix this with blonde or light brown, but it's perfect for that natural auburn. It's an uncommon shade out there. So once you do have an auburn, she's usually so grateful you have this shade. Dazzling dark brown. Now this is our warm tone dark brown. It's got a little bit of red to it, anywhere from light brown to dark brown hair with red tones. This works beautifully for. Deep brown. This is our cool tone deep brown. Works anywhere from medium to deep brown hair that likes that cool tone. And then we have our graceful gray, which is our cool toned gray. This is also unique to our line. And it's a really beautiful shade for our more mature Chella Bellas out there, but also platinum blonde or ash toned hair for any age. Love to use this shade. And we have our elegant ebony, which is a blue tone black. So there's no warmth to this shade. It does not go on too intense, so don't be afraid of it. It is really beautiful, and it works anywhere from a deep brown to somebody with naturally black hair. And now we'll go through our highlighter shades. This one is a little bit more self-explanatory because of the shade names. It's light, medium, dark, and deep. Also our 2 shimmer shades. Our light shade is our most common shade, our most popular shade in the line. It complements most skin tones, fair, light, some medium skin tones, or whoever. It adds a great brightness to it. We have our medium highlighter, which is a great for medium skin tones or up to a tan skin tone. Sometimes you might be light in the winter, but you might go to medium in the summer. We also have our dark. The dark highlighter is beautiful. It doesn't have ashiness to it, and it's not too orange. It's a neutral peach undertone, giving a perfect contrast to the skin. Our deep skin tone works for our deep highlighter works for deep skin tones. It's not ashy and it's not orange. So this gives a beautiful highlight to those deep skin tones. And we also have our light and dark shimmers, which are very universal. You can use the light shimmer on any skin tone, and same with the dark shimmer.
Do you have any questions, guys, about the colors? We can always flip back to that as well.
Yes.
The graceful gray is amazing, Tracy. I totally agree with that. You know, I've actually seen that used on very dark haired ladies, people, dark, you know, really, really dark hair. And they've used it as kind of like a graphite black, gray. And I've seen it and I've used it on silver haired older clientele, and it really looks great on the younger ones that are, you know, dyeing their hair that blondish platinum color. So it's a very versatile color. For a long time, it was actually our #1 selling color in the UK. So do you keep the shimmers off on the, yeah,
That's a good question. So I get this question a lot actually about the shimmers. Would you use them on a crepey eyelid or eyelid that has more wrinkles? Yeah, you could use them on there. It's kind of someone's personal preference. It's totally fine if they love shimmer, let them have the shimmer. As a makeup artist, I don't usually use a shimmer on that. I will still sometimes put the shimmer on the brow bone because there's not usually any fine lines there or as many. So it still gives them a beautiful glow. But yeah, I usually don't use the shimmers on like creepy eyes or yeah.
and again, it's just a really good inner corner eye pop, and then underneath the brow bone, and then on the cheek here, as I have it on today. So, you know, it really does, you know, have some versatility in those areas.
Absolutely.
One thing that I didn't mention earlier is that we have incredible new assets now. We have brow fill cards as well. So we have a brow fill card that basically can be given to the client. If you're doing the service in the back, the esthetician, or when they check in, you give them the brow fill card, and then that gives them the opportunity to hand that to somebody doing brow fills in the business. It's a wonderful tool in order to connect the different services that they may be getting within the business.
I'll show you what that looks like
yeah.
too. I have it up on a presentation. So we're going to show you, it's our pro incentive program. You can see it within here.
And if you don't know about the Chella Pro incentive program, this is a new launch that we just did. I'm not going to get too detailed into it, but please ask your sales rep about the Chella Pro incentive program, because you will earn, based on your purchases, rewards, including commissions for the staff, credits, free products, testers. So every quarter, it runs every quarter, and it just is going to be up at the end of September, and then it starts again in October. So ask your rep about that today.
Yeah, so this is that brow fill card saying, please enjoy complimentary brow fill. And you would put your location name in there. And this is what they could bring back to you to get their complimentary brow fill.
Yeah, it's a really, really great tool. And then you can fill in the name of the person that they need to come and see. Yeah, it's a really wonderful tool.
Good.
So, little checklist for you, which we're going to actually do a follow-up email after this, right? With the assets that we have shared with you today, but just a little checklist. Make sure that you have testers in all your service areas. You can't do services if you don't have the testers and products on hand. I've
Right.
heard that from so many accounts that some of the girls don't have what they need to do services, that they're having to run to another room to get the products. So make sure that testers are available. And we do have this little tester display. If you're not familiar with it, I'm sure most of you on the call are, but this is the tester display. It has a removable header. And also the testers are available a la carte as well. And then we also have a new tester block which holds 9 creams, a highlighter, a gel, and then a dual blending brush. And then it also comes in a pencil version. This is a new display that we just launched a few months ago. Yes, it does come stocked with testers, and I think it's around 125 stocked. So that's a new product that we created, and it's going like hotcakes. People are loving this. This is great for those brow fills at the shampoo bowl or any other areas of the business that you want to do offer and additional brow services. So make sure your areas are well stocked. Also, you have to communicate the service, communicate it on your menu. If you have a website, communicate it when they are booking their appointment. If they're doing it over the phone, maybe have whoever's taking those calls to say, would you like to add a brow service on? Also, we do have shelf talkers now that speak to that as far as brow fills. So you can ask your rep about those as well.
We can also help customize the menu. So if you might not have brows on your menu currently, let us know. We'll help customize the menu with your logo and all of your info.
Yeah, absolutely. Have some of those brow fill cards and consultation cards on hand. Have your color matching guides printed and everything. Review the product knowledge, and also ask your rep about the contest that we're running too within the business. We have a fabulous sales team. We have Blanca Martinez, Lisa DeJoseph, Wendy McDowell, and myself to help take care of you. So one of us should be able to help you.
Exactly. So we are so appreciative of all of you being here today. We're going to go ahead and have our giveaway winner picked. We'll have Jocelyn send us that in our private chat, and we'll let you know in just a second. So we'd also love, we have a question. Are we allowed to use Chella name on our site legally? Yes.
Yeah, absolutely, Tracy. Ask your rep about that, because we have images and everything for you to download, descriptions. As long as you use approved images for your website, we would love. Oh, we're on mute.
No, we're not.
Oh, no, we're not on mute. We'd love you to sell the products online. We just have to work with your rep on that, just to make sure everything's kind of branded the way that we want it to be.
Perfect. And then we want to challenge you for the next 30 days. Challenge your team to do a complimentary brow fill after every service, right, Sarah?
Yeah, 30 days, guys. And we have a contest that we can help support. So ask your rep about that. 30 days of complimentary brow fills after every service. And we want to hear from you about how that went for you, if you're not already doing that.
And we did get our giveaway winner. It is Tracy. So Tracy, we're going to be in contact with you to get your brow kit. So congrats, Tracy. Great things will be
Okay, lovely. Well, thank you so much, everybody, for joining. Don't forget to join our Chella Pro Instagram, our Chella Pro Facebook group. We have some great things to share in there, and ways to connect with other pros in the business. We really appreciate all of you. We appreciate your business. Thank you so much for being part of the Chella family. We do have another webinar coming up with Chris Kolodziejski, our CEO and founder, and he is going to be talking about retailing, and he's going to be talking about the 5 mistakes that a lot of retailers are making. And he has given this talk all over the country to beauty associations. So if you haven't heard him speak, he's dynamic and he's super fun, and I will be jumping in there with him as well. When is that webinar? Is it the end of the month?
Yes, end of the month. I think it's August 29th, but you can find it on Facebook, and you'll also be put into, or you're going to have our emails as well that'll tell you how to sign up.
Yeah, wonderful. So we look forward to seeing you guys soon. And then you can also find that webinar on our website as well, on that Chella Professional website. Thank you, everybody. Have an amazing week.